Welcome to the 8th day celebrations of Chithirai Peruvizha in Kailasa, Madurai. We are awaiting the darshan of the deities of the Panchamurti. Somasundareshwara Swami, Devi Meenakshi, Ganapati, Subramanya Swami and Chandigeshwara will be gracing us today in this morning procession. Beautifully, we are having a inside the temple look. Right now we're looking at the Ashtashakti Mandapam that is there right before Amman Sannidhi Street. Here we are waiting with all the traditional items of Mandagapadi. The traditional fruits and flower garlands and the new vastras offered, wearing the traditional dresses, ornamenting ourselves with the Turumula Vargavedam, dressing ourselves as Paramashiva, ready to receive Paramashiva. Paramashiva is most pleased when we declare our oneness with him, when we wear Rudraksha, Bhasma and all the Tirumula Vargavedam. He is most pleased. This is the best way to present ourselves before Paramashiva, as it is an open declaration of our love and devotion to him and our desire to be merged with him in oneness with Paramashiva. We are now going to have the darshan of Meenakshi Sundareshwara here in Adi Kailasa Nithyananda Vita. We are going to enact the Leela of how Paramashiva as Nataraja came back from liberating the Tarukavana rishis. Paramashiva came back looking as a mendicant in his description. The Tarukavana story, when the Tarukavana rishis had an ego, thinking that their lifestyle of doing rituals can manifest anything they want, and they don't need to have or depend on Paramashiva at all in their life, got onto their heads, and they spread such poison to themselves and their whole families, taking literally Paramashiva out of the whole equation. Through rituals, they believe that everything can manifest that we want. There is no need for Paramashiva. Somebody has to hold. Apasmasura, then Paramashiva, the Apasmasura becomes the devotee of Paramashiva, and immediately Paramashiva stands above him. Each of the missiles sent by the rishis is continuously surrendering to Paramashiva in devotion to Paramashiva, becoming a part of his angas. Literally, it is the experience of becoming one with Paramashiva. That is what he does. The miracle of Paramashiva in your life is that you realize you are in oneness with him. After sending all of these missiles, the rishis surrender. They had forgotten the context, they forgotten the truth that Paramashiva is there and they are Paramashiva. There is nothing else to seek. There is no other need for anything. They surrender to Paramashiva all of their ego, and Paramashiva gives them the enlightenment. We are now going to see the events that happened immediately after this Leela, the Tarakavana Rishi liberation. How Nataraja, Paramashiva, comes back to Kailasa, and how Shivagama Sundari reacts to him. One of the Nalvar, Sundaramurti Nayanar, who is just like Paramashiva in the way he dresses and the way he appears to all of them. One of the greatest devotees of Paramashiva, whose story as a Nayanmar is repeated again and again on how Paramashiva would come to his rescue every time Sundaramurti Nayanar was in any difficult situation or was not able to manifest what he wanted in his life. The way that Paramashiva manifests in his life and makes all of that he wants happen is one of the most beautiful stories of Shiva Bhakti in all of the world. This way, we will see now the Leela of Sundaramurti Nayanar coming with Nataraja Paramashiva from the Tarakavana. Nithyanandam. We're now going to witness the Leela that is enacted in the Madurai temple every year on the 8th day of Chithirai Peruvizha. Now we can see in Adi Kailasa Nithyananda Pita Sarvagnya Pita that Sundaramurti Nayanar and Nataraja Swami have come to the entrance of Kailasa, and Shivagama Sundari is waiting for her Lord eagerly to see him after he has been gone for many days. They come forward. Nataraja comes to the entrance of Kailasa after coming from the Tarakavana, after the heavy battle with the rishis. He looks very abnormal to Devi. After seeing Nataraja, Paramashiva, Devi turns away, feeling upset. Devi turned away, not wanting to look at Paramashiva and being very upset. Paramashiva continues into Kailasa. Along with Sundaramurti Nayanmar. Unable to understand the situation, Sundaramurti Nayanar goes to Devi Shivagami and asks Shivagama Devi, "What, Devi? What is wrong? How come you are upset here today when Paramashiva has come back from the Tarakavana? How come you're in an angry mood towards Paramashiva. Devi tells him, "It is just that I was feeling very frightened the way he looked. He was wearing the tiger cloth covered with ashes. There is a scorpion in his ear, like an earring he's wearing. All these are very frightening things. I am just a little upset because he's not come how he is usually, with peace. He looks different." Sundaramurti Nayanar understands Devi's feelings, and he goes to Paramashiva again to explain how Devi is feeling. He explains to Paramashiva what is Devi's dispassion, and Paramashiva tells him that he had to go and liberate the Tarakavana rishis because of their delusion and the poison that they are spreading, that rituals and rites are enough for someone to have everything they want, that the ultimate enlightenment, Paramashiva, is not required to have liberation. I had to go and liberate them from this delusion, so I had to put them further into delusion and trigger their patterns that made them angry with me. They sent all the missiles, the Damaru, Agni, Tiger, all of these missiles were sent towards me, and by seeing me and coming into my presence, they melted in devotion and just wanted to become part of me. Hence the snakes that you see ornamenting me, the Damaru and Agni that you see me holding, the tiger skin I am having, they all became devoted to me. Though they are ferocious in nature, they are all my devotees. Tell this to Devi. Let her understand that she can come back and be with me." Sundaramurti understands and goes to Devi Shivagami and explains the story of the Tarakavana and what happened there. Devi, remembering her own experience of how she became in oneness with Paramashiva and celebrating that Paramashiva went to give that possibility to the Tavarakavana rishis and the rishi patnis and all of humanity, happy to see that Paramashiva is what she always thought, and the one who gave her his very own half, the one who gave her enlightenment itself. She is pleased, happy, and decides she wants to go join Paramashiva and listens to him and goes to his side again. Shivagama Devi comes to Paramashiva, pays her respects and does namaskaram and takes her yadhasthanam right next to him. We'll now offer our Sakshat Dandavat Pranams to Paramashiva and this beautiful Leela.
व्योम व्योमाय विद्महे सूक्ष्म सूक्ष्माय धीमहि तन्नः सूक्ष्म प्रचोदयात्। व्योम व्योमाय विद्महे सूक्ष्म सूक्ष्माय धीमहि तन्नः सूक्ष्म प्रचोदयात्। व्योम व्योमाय विद्महे सूक्ष्म सूक्ष्माय धीमहि तन्नः सूक्ष्म प्रचोदयात्। श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव नटराज स्वामिने नमः। श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति शिवकाम सुंदरी देव्यै नमः। श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्री नित्यानंद परमशिवाय नमः। कर्पूर नीराजनं संदर्शयामि रक्षां धारयामि।
Here in Kailasa, Madurai, we are now witnessing the Panchamurti procession begin. Just now we had the darshan of Mahaganapati. There was a kind land dispute between in the temple, among the temple community, there was a small dispute between the Shivacharyas and the dispute is taken to Paramashiva. The land dispute about which land is allocated to the priests and which land is allocated to the temple builders is taken to Paramashiva because they are not able to solve it among themselves. Once they come to Paramashiva, Paramashiva gives the context to them and tells them the reality of the situation. Here in Kailasa, Madurai, we can see the devotees are offering Mandagapadi. Kailasa in Madurai, We are offering the Mandagappadi to the deities of the Panchamurti, the traditional flower garlands, and all the items are being offered. To Mahaganapati, Subramanya Swami, Kailasa, Madurai. Taking this land dispute to Paramashiva. Paramashiva gives them the right context that there is no two, there is no one or the other. It is all Paramashiva alone. They give the context that he gives the context that all of the land actually ultimately only belongs to him. And he is the one who decides the allocation of land, whose land belongs to the priests and which land belongs to the others of the communities and all of the devotees. In Kailasa Madurai, Mandagappadi is offered to the deity of Subramanya Swami. We offer our prayers and devotion at his feet. Meenakshi and Somasundareshwara are now giving their darshan. They have just exited the Ashtalakshmi Mandapam. They grace today on the golden palanquin, the Tanga. In Madurai, Sokkanada, Somasundareshwara is gracing. Devi Meenakshi is grazing in the palanquin, the golden palanquin. Having her darshan is having the darshan of the Nijavatar of Meenakshi herself. In Adi Kailasa, the enactment continues. All the temple community understands that ultimately the land is Paramashiva's and he will only allocate the land to them. They all surrender to him in Namaskaram and request Paramashiva for the prize Chitta. Paramashiva takes a sweet bamboo stem and just taps it, beats it on the backs of the devotees, telling them, understand who you are, understand we are in oneness. The banana stem in Kailasa Madurai, Sokkanada is gracing before our gates, and we're giving to him the traditional Nutana Vastram, the flower garlands, and all of the 16 offerings in the Mandagappadi. We are now receiving from him his blessings in the form of prasadam. We are offering now the Deeparadhana to Sokkanada Sundareshwara Swami. Meenakshi Devi in Madurai is arriving at the gates of Kailasa, Madurai. The darshan of Meenakshi is described in the Lalita Sahasranama as the brilliance of thousands of rising suns. Let us come to the receptive space of devotion and deep reverence, so she grants us the same darshan as she is described. We are offering now in Kailasa Madurai the Nutana Vastra, the new Vastrams to Devi Meenakshi, our love and devotion at her feet. All the traditional items of the Managappadi, the lotus garlands, the various flower garlands made of jasmine are offered to her. We offer to her our heartfelt devotion in the Deeparadhana. Following Devi Meenakshi, the chief accountant of Kailasa, Chandikeshwara, comes and we offer to him our Managappadi and flower garlands and surrender our integrity in our accounts and maintaining the record books.
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतम् भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिव समारम्भाम् नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति मध्यमाम् नित्यानन्दपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ललाटे त्रिपुण्ड्रे निटिलकृतकस्तूरीतिलकः स्फुरन्मालाधारस्फुरितकटिकौपीनवसनः दधारो दुस्तारं शिरसि फणिराजं शशिकलाम् प्रदीपः सर्वेषाम् अरुणगिरियोगी विजयते।
नित्यानन्देश्वर समारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरि मध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। I welcome all of you with my love and respects. 18th verse, last day on Isavasya Upanishad. Almost 1 year, I think I spoke on Isavasya Upanishad from January 1st, 2015. It is 1 year and plus days. Of course, we did not have regular satsangs. And few days I spoke on Kathopanishad. So tomorrow we will start Kenopanishad. I wanted to give the essence of this Upanishad. Through all the 18 verses, what they are trying to convey to us, they conveyed in the last verse. The essence. Agnenaya supadaraye asman vishwani deva vayunani vidvan yuyotyas majjuhuranamena bhuyishtande uktim videma. O Agni, the fire god, knower of all our actions and all that is worth knowing, you must take us along the righteous and auspicious path of completion, leading us to experience the supreme consciousness, the original space of complete completion. O God, consciousness, may you remove all our incompletions that are obstacle in our good path of completion. Beyond coming and going, birth and death, unto you we surrender with many reverential words, bowing down again and again. Listen. If I squeeze this whole 18 verses, the essence I see is intense seeking. Seeking is the way God in you wakes up. Understand? Seeking is the way the God in you wakes up. In the early morning, sometimes you will feel, you yourself will remember that you are dreaming. That is the way you wake up. How many of you have experienced the state what I am describing? Same way, listen. Seeking is the way you wake up to your reality. Don't fall asleep. Turn and sleep when the seeking has awakened in you. Understand? After remembering you are dreaming, if you just pull your blanket and turn and sleep, how stupid you are. Same way, after just having seeking, after smelling seeking in your life, after tasting seeking in your life, if you just turn and lose that intensity and seeking, that is the most stupid thing can happen to you in your life. Anything can be lost, not seeking. Anything can be lost, you can get it back. Money, stupid. You can get it in 24 hours. Health, you can get it within next few weeks, even if you lose it. Character, there is nothing called character. It is just your understanding, ideas. If you alter it, you will get it immediately back. Anything can be lost, you can get it back. Not seeking, because seeking is not something to do with mind. It is something to do with your very consciousness. Seeking is the love letter from your beloved who is living in your heart forever. If you miss that, you may have to wait for ever and ever to get the second letter. Understand, it's a message from your beloved who is residing in your heart forever. Anything can be lost, not seeking. Body can be lost, you can have immediately another one, because tons are there in the planet Earth. Billions of bodies are there. Mind can be lost, immediately you can make another one. Understand, anything can be lost, you can get it, not seeking. Constantly keeping your inner quest alive, keeping the basic questions alive till they become experiential answers, not intellectual, experiential answers. What am I doing? Every day, what am I doing? What I am doing, is it exactly moving me, pushing me towards where I am supposed to reach? What am I doing? Where am I going? What am I doing? Where am I heading? Understand? Even in the Sangha, only if you are clear about what am I doing, where am I heading, you will be able to function. The system is such, I have evolved such a balanced system. I have kept lots of check and balances. Unconsciously, you can never win over the Sangha. You can never become a Mahant, Sri Mahant, or head of the Sangha by your so-called social, political efficiency unconsciously. You just remain in unconscious, but just because of your socio-political strength, power, you can become head of the Sangha will never happen here. I have made enough of check and balances. Constantly you have to remember, what am I doing? Is this helping me to head? Where am I supposed to reach? Only with the seeking if you function. You will be fueled from right source. Understand? Your fear should not fuel you. Your greed should not fuel you. You should not work out of your fear and greed. That does not mean you will not work. There are many stupid fellows. I should not work out of fear and greed, so I don't work. Understand? Drop the fear and greed, not the work. No, there are people. I should not work out of fear and greed, so I don't want to work. Hey, drop the fear and greed, not the work. You should not work out of fear and greed. Seeking should be the energy source. Seeking should be the energy source. Seeking should be the energy source. Actually, if you make the seeking as the energy source from morning till night for your thinking and planning, even in the night you won't fall asleep. You will only fall in the space of Turiya and wake up. You will only fall in the space of Turiya and wake up. Understand the essence of whole Isavasya Upanishad. The lesson you need to learn from the Isavasya Upanishad is intense seeking. Intense seeking. The 18th verse emphasizes on praying and surrendering. Ultimately, man cannot make it. Only God has to make it. Only He has to make it for you. So that is why, O God, consciousness, may you remove all our incompletions that are obstacles on our good path of completion beyond coming and going, birth and death. Unto you we surrender with many reverential words, bowing down again and again. Bowing down again and again. Agnenaya Subhataraye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidvan Yoyotyas Majjuhuranamena Bhuyishtam Dama Bhuyishtam Denama Uktim Videma. The surrender, the devotion. Actually, when your bioenergy is kindled, awakened, the devotion and surrender will be the first thing happening in your biomemory. That will be the first thing happening in your biomemory. Your whole body and mind will start tasting devotion and surrender. Agnenaya Subhataraye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidvan Yotyasmajjuhuranamena Bhuyishtam Denama Vuktim Videma. Every time when I chant this verse, throat feels so sweet. Because the way it is described, we surrender with many reverential words, bowing down again and again. Bhuyishtam denama bhuktim videma pranamami muhurmuhu, means bowing down again and again. When the gratitude overflows, that's the only thing you know to do. Nothing else can be done. You don't know what to do. Pranamami muhurmuhu, bow down again and again. when your bioenergy, God particle, Kundalini Shakti is awakened, you will feel tremendous seeking in your biomemory. Suddenly you will see the cognitions you built about you, everything is collapsing like a Hindi movie climax. How in the Hollywood, Bollywood movie climaxes, always they have to collapse at least 2-3 buildings. Only then climax will happen. How those buildings collapses. You will see your cognitions collapse. Not for bad, but for good. Because the right expansive cognitions will start happening, I tell you. That is why I am saying, when the seeking happens in your life, 10 times more you should be micromanaging and planning. Only then the seeking is being filled in your biomemory, or your biomemory is getting shaken by that seeking. Normally you are managing one shop. If a seeking awakens in you, you should be able to manage 10 shops. And the seeking fire, only then your seeking is penetrating into your biomemory. Otherwise, somewhere the wrong tube connection, it goes somewhere else. Understand, when the God particle, the Kundalini Shakti, bioenergy awakens in you, the first thing will happen, your biomemory will be shaken with seeking. Everything, the old cognition will start shaking, shivering, like Bollywood movie climax. How the buildings collapse, cars explode. Your old cognitions will explode, collapse. And the new will start happening. New cannot be exploded or collapsed because it will be stone. The first thing will happen in your biomemory is seeking, exploding. In your muscle memory, so much of energy will happen. Suddenly you will see the tiredness disappears. So much energy to live your day-to-day life. So much joy to live your day-to-day life. This Nithyananda experiences. Still every day in the Facebook, oh God, I'm so happy I've done it. Every day, stories after stories. We are in different world. We have not stopped smiling. We have not shut our mouth. We don't know where we are. One kid completely got healed from autism. Some 5 scale, something they were saying. And now nothing is there. Everything is clean. In Canada. I am venturing into the next experiment. Loading that same frequency of bioenergy into Spatika Linga. I am loading into 3 Spatika Lingas. And the process is successful. Understand? First time I am venturing into this. Same frequency of that bioenergy. Loading them into 3 Spatika Lingas. And I am sending it. Anybody who gets the darshan, touches or does any puja, you will have the same effect of Nithyananda process darshan. You are going to have the same glimpse of Nithyanandoham Darshan. Same, it will be literally like having Nithyanandoham bioenergy process or Nithyanandoham Darshan. It will create the same effect on you. I am sending one linga to Tamil Nadu, one all over India other than Tamil Nadu, one to the international countries. You guys can take it and do yatra, and people will have the same experience. Same experience, literally the Nithyanandoham experience. Plan to receive it, welcome it. The devotion, surrender, expressed in this verse can be a powerful source of energy for you, even by contemplating on it. Even by contemplating on it. Essence of this whole Upanishad is seeking the basic truths. Who am I? Who am I? What am I? Who am I? What am I? Who am I? What am I? Where am I heading? What I am doing? How is life happening? Keeping these basic questions alive. And aligning your every breath to these basic questions. Integrating your every breath to these basic questions. Integrating you to these basic questions is seeking. Integrating you to the answers to these questions you received from the Master is living enlightenment. Integrating you to these questions is seeking. Integrating the understanding Master is the source of questions and the answers is surrender. Integrating yourself to all these questions is seeking. Integrating yourself to the answers you receive from the Masters is living enlightenment. Integrating yourself to the truth. He is the source of questions and the answers is surrender. The Upanishad starts with declarations which starts seeking in you, ends with a tremendous surrender. Starts with Purnamada Purnamitam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Isha Vashyamidagum Sarvam Yatkincha Jagatyan Jagat, ends with a tremendous, powerful surrender note. Maybe I'll ask the Balasans to chant the whole Isavasya Upanishad and formally complete today's Satsang on Isavasya Upanishad and begin Kenopanishad next. Balasans can sit and chant Isavasya Upanishad if you
ईशावास्यमिदगुं सर्वं यत्किञ्च जगते तेन त्यक्तेन मुञ्जीतामागृतः कस्य स्विद्धनम् कुर्वन्नेवेह कर्माणि जिजीविषे सदग्गुं समाः एवं द्वयि नान्यतेतोऽस्ति न कर्म लिप्यते नरे असुर्यानामते लोका अन्धेन तमसामृताः तागुंस्ते प्रेत्याभिगच्छन्ति ये चात्महनो जनाः अनेकदेकं मनशो जवीयो नैनद्दे आप्नुवन् पूर्वमर्षते तद्धावतो ज्ञानत्येति तिष्ठत्तस्मिन्नपो तरिष्वा ददाति दूरे तद्वन्तिके तदन्तरस्य सर्वस्य तदु सर्वस्यास्य बाह्यतः यस्तु सर्वाणि भूतान्यात्मन्येवानुपश्यति न विजुगुप्सते यस्तु सर्वाणि भूतान्यात्मैवाभूत् विजानतः तत्र को मोहः शोक एकत्वमनुपश्यतः सपर्यगाच्छुक्रमकायमव्रणमस्नात् शुद्धमपापविद्धं कविर्मनीषी परिभूस्वयं भूयातादत्यतोऽर्थान् व्यददाचाश्वतीभ्यः समाभ्यः अन्धं तमप्रविशन्ति ये विद्यामुपासते ततो भूय इव ते तमो यौ विद्यायागुम्रताः अन्यदेवाहुर्विद्ययान्यदाहुरविद्यया इति शुश्रुमदीराणां येनस्तद्विदचक्षिरे विद्यां च यस्तद्वेदो भयगुंसः अविद्यया मृत्युं तीत्वा विद्ययामृतमश्नुते अन्धं तमप्रविशन्ति ये सम्भूतिमुपासते ततो भूय इव ते तमो भूत्यागुम्रताः अन्यदेवाहुसम्भवादन्यदाहुरसम्भवात् इति शुश्रुमधीराणां येनस्तद्विचक्षिरे सम्भूतिं च विनाशं च यस्तद्वेदो भयगुंसः विनाशेन मृत्युं तीत्वा सम्भूत्यामृतमश्नुते हिरण्मयेन पात्रेण सत्यस्यापि हितं मुखं तत्त्वं पूषन्नपावृणो सत्यधर्माय दृष्टये पूषन्ने कर्ष्येयमसूर्यप्राजापत्यव्यूहरश्मीन् सम्मूहतेजो यत्ते रूपं कल्याणतमं दत्ते पश्यामि योऽसावसो पुरुषः सोऽहमस्मि वायुरनिलममृतमतेदं भस्मान्तगुं शरीरम् ॐ क्रतो स्मर कृतगुं स्मर क्रतो स्मर कृतगुं स्मर अग्ने नय सुपदाराये अस्मान् विश्वानि देव वयुनानि विद्वान् युधोदस्मज्जुहुराणमेनो भूयिष्ठान्ते नम उक्तिं विधेम ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Essence of the Isavasya Upanishad is seeking. So with this, I'll move to Kathopanishad I'll move to the Kenopanishad from the next satsangs. नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Sri Mahans, Tanedar Kotari, and everyone sitting with us through Nithyananda TV and two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha, sitting with us in two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. I'll continue to expand on the subject I left day before yesterday's Satsang, seeking. I have not yet completed defining it and expanding on it. Then I'll enter into the next verse, 16th verse. Before that, I'm reading a question which is in all your minds and I want to answer. It is not too heavy, so don't worry. It's not too heavy and it's very light and I am very happy about it. I am enjoying it. And I am really enjoying it. So because I am enjoying it, you guys also enjoy. Come on. Tirumulavarka Vedam, Sivayoga Vedam means the form of Mahadeva. I'll expand on this great truth seeking. Understand, one part of you feels so strongly that you are going to exist forever and you don't need to worry about the questions of afterlife. It is like whenever you see people dying, or you hear the news of somebody's death, you always think for a few seconds, what will happen to me? And then somehow, you enter into the conviction you are going to exist forever, or the problem is not going to come immediately at least, or you just decide that you don't need to attend to this question, at least now. Something happens, you lose attention and focus from that spark. Please understand, come back to the basic questions. Whatever makes you powerless is basic question, you are not able to face it. Listen. Whatever makes you powerless is a basic question, you are not able to face it. That is the seed of seeking. Whatever makes you powerless is the question, you are not able to face it. And deciding to face those questions is seeking. Listen carefully. I'll repeat once more. Whatever makes you powerless, what will happen after death? Will I be all alone during my death? Or in deathbed, all the pain I have to go through, will I be able to handle? Or if suddenly some poverty happens in my life, if I lose some things, what will happen? So, the questions which makes you powerless, if you decide not to face them, you push yourself into delusion again and again. If you decide to face them, that is seeking. Understand? I am defining seeking. Come back to the basic questions of life. What is life? what is death, before you assumed this body, how your face looked, after this body stops functioning, how you are going to exist and face, these all may be the basic questions of life. Just because you push them under the carpet, the questions cannot disappear. Just because these questions have been asked many times by others, by yourself, or by yourself to you, don't think you know the answer. Sometimes, because we are familiar with some problems, we assume we found the solution for that problem. No. Please listen. Being familiar with that problem does not mean you found a solution for that problem. Being familiar with the problem for quite a long time, because of the familiarity, assuming you know the solution for that problem is delusion. Just because you know a question for last 25 years, you assume you know the solution is delusion. Or you push it under the carpet. And you think, no. This question, Ramana Maharshi spoke about it. I read when I was the age of 7-year-old boy. And this question only Paramahamsa Nithyananda is talking. What is there? I think I know what he is talking. Understand, familiarity with the problem should not give you the delusion you know the solution. All alone, when you are in your bed and not sleeping, when you are alone, ask these questions towards you. If death comes tonight, am I prepared to face it? What is life? What is it that gives me such a strong confidence that I am not going to die? I am going to eternally exist. I am not saying your belief that you are going to eternally exist is a lie. No. There is a component in you which is eternally going to exist. Unfortunately, you do not associate yourself with that component permanently. That's all I am trying to remind you. Listen. I am not asking you to get depressed by thinking about death. I am not interested in taking away your confidence, which you carry that you are going to exist forever. I am not interested in taking away that confidence. And that confidence is not false. That's the good news. Yes, you are going to exist eternally, but please decide to associate yourself with that permanently. It is like just by having the fish smell, you imagine you ate fish. Just by having the confidence, which is the smell of the eternal consciousness, you start deluding yourself, you experience that eternal consciousness. That is what I am telling you. Smell is not eating. Please listen. Sometime, if you are planning to eat just for the sake of taste, not because of hunger, even if you enjoy the smell of the hotel, you will feel like you ate already. You won't feel like eating. If you are not really feeling hungry, but you decide to eat just for the sake of taste, or you saw the photographs of that food in the hoarding, in the poster, if you just decide to eat for the sake of taste or for the sake of the way the food looks, even if you enjoy the smell sitting in the hotel for a few minutes, You won't feel like eating, you will be full. Same way, if you are superficially looking into you, what is death, all that? Even the smell of your consciousness, which is confidence. Let me explain. It's a very subtle point I am trying to explain. Listen. There is part of you which never dies, which is eternally alive. Your consciousness, your bioenergy. There is part of you which dies. Unfortunately, you associate yourself with which dies, but you draw confidence from which does not die. It is like just by smelling the food, you feel you ate and you are fulfilled. Smell can never fill your stomach. Listen, only if you eat, it can fill your stomach. Same way, just the confidence of bioenergy that you are never going to die will not make you enlightened, solve the issue once for all. The confidence of your bioenergy, you are never going to die, will be there till your nail gets broken or you face a small fracture. A hairline crack is enough to take away your confidence that you are eternal, you are not going to die. Please listen. You are eternal, you are not going to die. That confidence is only the smell of your bioenergy, not experience of your bioenergy. Making it as an experience, deciding to make it as an experience is what I call seeking. Listen. Please listen. Once I went and told my Guru, Mata Vibhudananda Puri Devi, I went and told her, you are telling me that I am beyond the life and death. She read out Ribu Gita to me that day and explained some of the great truths in Ribu Gita. And I will strongly recommend all my disciples read Ribu Gita. If you have time, no, make time. If I say if you have time, you will never have time. Make time, read Ribu Gita. It's one of the greatest scripture in Hindu tradition. And she explained to me a concept about immortality. And I went and slept over it. Next day I went and told her, you explained, but I am afraid whether I will enter into that space at all. How to enter into that space? She said, please listen, this word is very important for all of you. Just entertain this desire to experience that space so strongly, the fear whether you will experience or not will break. That is the moment you will experience that space. Listen. She told me beautifully, தேடுதலே தேடுபவனை தேடுவதற்கு ஆக்கி கேடில் செய்யும் சக்தி வாய்ந்தது. In Tamil she said, I'll translate in English. Seeking is powerful enough to merge the seeker into that which is sought after. She said beautifully, what you are seeking, entertain that is intelligent enough to break the fear whether you will achieve it or not, and make you enter into that space which you are seeking. It was such powerful click for me, I tell you. This is the key I used to experience everything described in Agama and Tantra and Vedanta and Yoga. This is the master key. This is the master key. There are few master keys I received from my masters, which I used in millions of places and realized the truths. One more master key I received with Ram Surat Kumar, a great yogi. I was sitting next to him. It was a midnight, 2 o'clock in the cremation ground, Amavasya, dark night. Some sound, dog barking or something in the cremation ground in one corner. I asked him slowly, Swamiji, everyone talks about this ghost, bhuta, preta. Are you not afraid of it? How you are handling, what mantra you are doing to protect you from the bhuta, preta? He laughed and just slapped me. He has the habit of, whenever he gets excited, he will slap people. This Ram Suratkumar, whenever he gets excited, he will slap people. He slapped me and said, a fool. You, everything outside me, you and everything outside me, all these are my projection. Me, everything outside you is all your projection. Even we are the projection of each other. Then how can bhuta come without me projecting it outside? Listen, he said beautifully, டேய் நீயே நாவலி கொணர்ந்தது, நீயே நாவலி கொணர்ந்ததுன்னா பூத பேய் பிசாசுகள் நாவலி கொணராம எப்படி வர முடியும்? Listen carefully, I'll explain. What he meant, even things which you are seeing in front of you is your projection. Then, unless you project, how can a ghost or bhuta or preta can come? He said beautifully, even you are my projection. Unless I project, how can bhuta, preta, pishasha can come separately? It's all our projection. I don't know how, whether it clicked with you guys or not, but the moment he said, the way he said, it just clicked with me. Like a master click, master key. So after that, any time anybody speaks about bhuta, I only applied this. And maybe in 6 months, the very idea of bhuta disappeared from me. All this bhuta, preta, pichasha, all that idea, the very idea disappeared from me. Because it clicked so strongly with me. Even the people whom you are seeing, even the things you are experiencing in this world is your projection. Even this is your projection. If you see a bhuta, preta, pichacha or ghost or anything, that is also your own projection. The moment you remember it is your own projection, they will disappear. It was such a strong click in me. For that moment, it clicked with me so much. If something clicks with you the moment your master utters, your heart is waiting for the truth. Understand? Your being was waiting for the truth. When Vibhudananda Puri explained about the seeking, hey, don't worry, just keep the seeking. தேடுபவனுக்கே தேடுவதை சென்றடைய வைக்கும் சக்தி தேடுதலுக்கு கேடிலாது உண்டு. Means that seeking is powerful enough to make the seeker to merge with what is sought after. So you don't need to have something else, or you don't need to worry or entertain any other fear. Will I achieve what I am seeking? It was such a powerful click for me. I think a right word was told to me by the right person when I was in the right temperature. It straight entered into my system. After that, in any of the spiritual practice, there was nothing called impossibility or obstruction or obstacle. She will tell, okay, chant this mantra and realize Bhuvaneshwari. I will not even have a second thought, if I just chant this mantra, will I have darshan of Bhuvaneshwari? How can it be? I will not even have the thought. Even if the thought comes, I will tell, hey, Mataji told me, my power of seeking, the seeking is powerful enough to make me experience the space I am seeking. So then, I am seeking to experience Devi Bhuvaneshwari, and here is the mantra. This is enough, powerful enough to make me experience the space of Bhuvaneshwari. I don't need to worry whether I am going to have her darshan or not, experience her or not. Come on, let me sit. Over. Because of this confidence and energy and intensity, simply I was mastering different methodologies, techniques, yoga, pranayama, kriya, everything she was teaching, I was just mastering. Because that click became my biomemory. Understand, the other day I was telling in the Satsang that our Gurukul kids are going to radiate more and more powers. You may be thinking, oh, to give 1 or 2 powers itself, it took 6 months for Swamiji. How are they going to radiate 400 powers? 400 into 6, 200 years. 400 into 6 months, 200 years. No. Calculation doesn't go in that way. First 1 or 2 powers only I need to break their SDHD. Self-doubt, self-hatred, self-denial. Then after that it is only circuit. After that it is only switching on the different circuits. See, to give this click to me, that your seeking is capable of making you to experience what you are seeking, to give that click to me, she has to work at least 3-4 years with me. But once that click happened, she need not work to make me realize every component of sadhana, every component of spiritual practice, every technique, every tantra, every agama, every spiritual process. She did not need 3 years, and no need for spending 3-4 years for her. Please understand, the first breakthrough reduced the amount of time she need to spend with me to open up certain power or certain technique or certain methodology. After 3-4 powers, she need not even spend time, and she will just initiate me and ask me to practice and come back and report to her. That is why I am saying, for me to open up the first power, second power in the Gurukul kids took 6 months, no doubt. But the next things are not going to take that much, because I already broke some of the major impediments, some of the major things are already clicked with them. Listen. Today I wanted the definition of seeking to click with you guys so that I can go on explaining the 400 different powers Mahadeva expresses in Agamas. If I have to explain and make it all as an experience to you guys, I have to give you the breakthrough and help you to click with seeking. So listen, your seeking is complete and powerful enough to put you in the space you are seeking. Without any assistance, external help or other support. Please listen. Your seeking is independently intelligent enough without the assistance of technique, support, any other external measures to give you, to make you experience what you are seeking. When this truth clicked with me, thousands of Dvandva Vigna got dropped. Listen to this word, Dvandva Vigna. It means anything you start, you will not do second day, third day. You will learn about Hatha Yoga with all the excitement and inspiration. Jump into it first day. Second day, Jata Yoga. No, first day Hatha Yoga, second day, Jata Yoga. That Dvandva Vigna is because of the idea, it may be impractical for me. I may not be capable. How do I know I am going to achieve it? This lady uttered some mantra and told me, this is Bhuvaneshwari mantra, who knows whether Bhuvaneshwari is sitting there and this is the right password. The moment I type, she will pick up the call and talk to me. This doubt, this concept of impossibility makes Dvandva Vigna, means the second day breakup. Dvandva Vigna, listen to that word. Most of you have this Dvandva Vigna problem. You may not know the word, but you know this concept very well. Look in, you will see that he is your closest friend. Dvandva Vigna means anything you start, you know second day, I think this is not going to work for me. Maybe for him, but not for. That is called Dvandva Vigna. Please understand. By giving this one click to me, that your seeking is capable enough to give you the experience of what you are seeking without any external help or support. By giving this click, she removed the Dvandva Vigna, this impossibility from me once for all. If she gives me Rajeshwari mantra today, I just know in next 48 hours, I will have darshan of Rajeshwari and I have to go back and report to her. If she gives me Varahi mantra, I just know in next 48 hours, I will have Varahi darshan and go back and report to her. If she gives me the Tidinitya Devi's mantra, I just know I will have to go and sit and practice it and I will have darshan of that and I have to go back and report to her. That idea, it may work out for me, it may not work out for me. The impossibility, whether it is going to happen for me or not, that she broke. See, when that is taken away, So much of excitement and joy, that very excitement makes the whole path very short. Path is long only when you create hurdles by the self, by yourself. Path is always short when you create only excitement. Only when you produce excitement, path is always short. Understand? Out of the food you ate, if you produce only energy, life is always exciting. But if you start producing gas, life is always tiring. The same thing. Out of your thought current, if you produce only energy, excitement, sadhana is always great, exciting, enjoying, beautiful. But out of the same thought current, if you produce again and again impossibility, SDHD, spiritual practice is tiresome. Who knows what is happening? Who knows what is true? What is wrong? What is right? Will I have it? Will I get it? Or maybe it worked for him in those days when his body was without toxins. Now, who knows, my body is full of toxin. And will the same process work for me? You will have 1,000 stupid questions to make you strongly believe it is not possible, at least for you. That is what I call Dvandva Vigna. The second day, over, break up. If you fought with your girlfriend and did not pick up her calls one night, 40 times she broke up with you, and 41 times she has come back to you. If she is too emotional, 80 times. If you are smiling, it is clicking with you. Understand? No, really. That is exactly the way you deal with the spiritual practice also. You have 1,000 questions to make you feel it is impossible. At least within 3-4 days you are convinced, if it is not second day or third day. Within 3-4 days, you know, this is not for me. Over. I tell you, liberating me from the Dvandva Vigna mental setup is the greatest thing my Guru has done to me. With this one click, somehow this one word strongly clicked into me. Seeking is powerful enough to take me to the space I am seeking without any other support, help or technique or methodology. This was so powerfully sitting inside me. Any doubt, this is like a bullet, tatak. It will open up and finish the doubt. I tell you, if this one truth clicks with you all, I can guarantee this next 400 powers I am revealing, it will all become experience for you guys, not just satsang. Not just satsang. It will be an experiential process. Just this one click has to happen inside you guys. Your seeking is powerful enough to make you experience the space you are seeking, because that confidence, you will simply start realizing every technique given to you without killing them. The moment you decide impossible, the seed is burnt. The seed I put inside you, that is burnt. It can never sprout again. The moment you decide, no question of impossibility, my seeking is powerful enough to make me experience the space I am seeking without any external support, without any intelligence input. I neither need intel help or mental help, and I can achieve it. This one click will make your sadhana exciting, inspiring, and no impossibilities. Straight go ahead, forward. I tell you, at least 1000 techniques I would have practiced and realized its conclusion and completion just because of this one key. Whenever, even the most difficult spiritual sadhana I am initiated also, if the doubt comes, I know immediately this key will come up. My seeking is capable of making me experience what I am seeking. Nothing else is required. This click, that's it. All this impossible will just disappear. Will just disappear. Understand. If this one truth clicks with you guys, you don't need to have any other worry in the life. Consider yourself already liberated and enlightened. Because this one click is so powerful. It can destroy any obstacle cooked up by you or put inside you by your husband. No, this truth is so powerful, it can clear the doubt put inside you by your husband and wife. Even your husband cannot take away your confidence. Even your wife cannot take away your confidence. No one can take away your confidence. If this one thing clicks with you, really, I'm telling you, when my Guru initiates me into the sadhana of Subramanya, even if 1 minute the idea crosses, how do I know that I'm going to achieve it? How do I know I'm going to experience Subramanya, have darshan of Subramanya? Immediately it will open up. My seeking is powerful enough to make me experience what I am seeking. So I don't need to worry whether I'm going to achieve it or not, whether I am capable of reaching it out or not. Let me start. That's it. Just this one click. How many thousands of obstacles I crossed. There are some stupid mind. Oh, they will tell like this only. But with that also, finally you only have to work hard and reach out now. With this one idea, they made me work so much. You can complain. I tell you, be aware of negative people. They have problem for every solution. No, just like I have solution for every problem, I know there are people, they have problem for every solution. Really, I don't know how they spend their time specially to find problem for every solution. Give any solution, they have a problem ready. Listen. Essence of today's satsang is you are capable. Your seeking is powerful enough to make you reach whatever you are seeking independent of any external help. without any external support and help. Your seeking is powerful enough to make you experience the space you are seeking. Meditate on this. Just meditate on this one truth. If this one truth clicks with you, that is enough. I can guide you into this 400 powers of Mahadeva. What 400 powers of Mahadeva? I can guide you guys into Mahadeva himself. Just this one truth has to strongly click with you guys. Your seeking is capable enough of making you experience the space you are seeking without any external help, assistance, or input, by just its own intelligence. That's all need to click with you. If this one truth clicks with you guys, that is enough. I can lead you into what Mahadeva describes in Agama, living Shuddhadvaita, living pure Advaita, manifesting the experiences and powers of Advaita. Manifesting experiences and powers of Advaita. Understand, be informed. I am very seriously manifesting all these powers, very sincerely manifesting for the sake of training this first batch of Balasans. So I am opening the shop, which is free. It is now your decision to seek is going to make you experience all this. Listen, I am opening it. Now your decision to seek will make you experience it. That is why I am saying, meditate on this one truth. Tonight when you go and lie down, see, I will describe seeking in a much more practical sense. It can start in as simple as when you look at the sky, what is there? So much. Beyond all this, what is there? It can start even with that simple question. Any question you have about this four: universe, self, God, and universe which you are perceiving, nature. The part which you are not perceiving is universe. The part which you are perceiving is nature. So let me repeat. Any question you have about universe which you can't perceive, God, self, and nature, Prakriti. In these four, any question you have about these four can provoke seeking in you, can invoke seeking in you. Go behind that question. Decide to align your life with the answer you are finding. Listen. Having deep question about any one of these four or all these four is seeking, deciding to go behind the answer is courage, deciding to align your life to this answer by renouncing unnecessary things is vairagya. Understand? Having questions about these four is seeking, deciding to go behind the questions is courage, deciding to leave all the other unnecessary things behind and align your life to the answers you will discover is vairagya. Invoke seeking, that is enough. You don't need to be worried about vairagya, courage, all that now. You can never teach about delivering a baby to a small girl. Oh God, such big baby from my tummy will come out. No, I don't want that. Only when she comes to that age, when she can understand, only then you can explain and make her understand. Now you don't need to talk about that. Same way, till the seeking flowers in you guys, I don't want to talk about renunciation. Immediately you will ask, oh, do I need to give up all my family, everything to become a sannyasi? And only then will I have a seeking? Will I have enlightenment? No. I am not going to talk to you about that now. That is what is going to happen later. That is different. But now I am not going to talk about it to you now. Because anything you speak in a premature way, people may get frightened and disappear. I am not going to say that is what is going to happen later, or that is what will happen, or that it may not happen. Let me keep it in suspense. Why unnecessarily frighten you guys? But all I am trying to tell you is, now awaken seeking. That's enough. Awaken seeking. That's enough. Understand, the seeking is intelligent enough, efficient enough, powerful enough for you to experience the space you are seeking. This clarity, the basic questions of life, not pushing them under the carpet, facing them even if they make you powerless, is seeking. Rekindle that in your life. Awaken that in your life. I can give you one more explanation also. Decide whatever truths your master, when he utters, whatever truth clicks with you, if you decide to start living them, aligning your thinking and lifestyle to that truth, even then your seeking will become intense. Listen. For example, you are thinking about death. If you think on your own and try to find out what will happen, that is also seeking. Or your master says, don't worry, once you die, you will only be with me. You will be with me in the Kailasa, don't worry. If suddenly that answer clicks with you, and you start aligning yourself to that answer, thinking that answer, cherishing that answer, enjoying that answer, planning for that space in your inner space, even that will intensify your seeking. Either seeking on your own or the answers your master gave, cherishing them, entertaining them, enjoying them, enriching them, encouraging them in your system, even that will intensify your seeking. Then naturally you will start thinking how the Kailash will look. Will I have western toilet or eastern toilet there? Or will I not have 1, 2, 3 at all in the Kailash? Or will I have food and no 1, 2, 3? Or no food, no 1, 2, 3? Or food, no 1, 2, 3? What is the combination? Will I have pain and pleasure? Or will I have only pleasure and no pain? Or will I have only pain and no pleasure? Even if these questions will invoke seeking in you, understand. Then what is the best way I can prepare to go there? Should I be lean so that I can be flown immediately? Or should I have a heavy weight so that I can be carried on the Nandi? What will be the transport? How should I be? Even though these questions look very playful, when you sit and talk it out inside you, within you, they will all start provoking many of the corners of you which you have not attended. Listen, many of the corners of you which you have not attended will be provoked. That is what I call seeking. That just melts you. That will bring intensity in you. You will no more be inauthentic in any of your action. In any of your action, you will no more be inauthentic. Before doing every action, you will ask yourself, is this going to intensify my seeking and help me to reach where I want to go? Intensifying the seeking, intensifying the seeking. Authenticity means all your actions aligned to seeking. So essence of today's satsang is look. Meditate on this one truth. Today's essence of today's satsang. Your seeking is independently intelligent and capable enough to make you experience what you are seeking without any external help, support, assistance or whatsoever. Meditate on this. Let this one truth click with you. That is the essence of today's satsang. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Suddhatvaita Saivam, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful. Nithyanandeshwara-samarambam Nithyanandeshwari-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Srimahans, Mahans, Kotaris, Tanidars, owners of Sarvanyapita, visitors, viewers, Kashivashis, sitting with us in Varanasi, in Nithyananda Sabha, through Nithyananda TV, Sadhana TV, Ara TV, Nakshatra TV, and two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. Cities sitting with us: Los Angeles Adinam, Toronto Adinam, Kuala Lumpur Adinam, Seattle Adinam, Ohio Adinam, Oklahoma Adinam, Guadalupe Adinam, Philadelphia, San Jose Adinam, Oman Adinam, Puduvai Adinam, Houston Adinam, Dakota Dunes, Morris Plains, New Jersey, Bangalore North, Hyderabad Guptakashi, Singapore Adinam, Rajabalayam Adinam, Ponca City, Oklahoma, and more cities are joining. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. I'll expand on the next verse of Isavasya Upanishad, the 15th verse. Please recite along with me. Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyabihitam Mukham Tattvam Pushannabavrunu Satyadharmaya Drishtaye. Hiranmayena Patrena Satyasyabihitam Mukham Tattvam Pushannabhavrunu Satyadharmaya Drishtaye. The translation goes: the truthful, effulgent, eternal being is the ultimate sustainer, nourisher, and protector of all that exists. You are the embodiment of the imperishable truth and reality. Your divine face of truth is concealed by the blinding, dazzling, and upturned part, which has golden orb of effulgence. This radiant golden part conceals your glorious face of truth from my view. O Pushan, O Sun, O complete one, do reveal yourself by removing that glaring veil, for I, on the path of truth, am eager to have your divine vision. Hiranmayena patrena Satyasya Vihitam Mukham Tattvam Bhusham Apavrunu Satyadharmaya Drishtaye. Please understand, before entering into this verse and commenting on it, I wanted to set the context the key ideas, the key truths, sacred secrets, masters, the Upanishadic masters are trying to reveal through this Upanishad. Seeking. Understand? This whole verse describes necessity, power of seeking. Seeking is not what you call as religion or spirituality. Please listen. Much of your religion and spirituality is just business and bargain, gambling, give and take, negotiation in the silence. Sometimes vocally, sometimes locally, sometimes silently, but negotiation goes on, goes on, goes on. Sometimes with that rough stuff of heaven and hell, sometimes with the subtle stuff of love and hatred, sometimes the more subtle feeling connected or feeling rejected. But much of your religion and spirituality is business, bargain, negotiation, gambling. Seeking does not fall under any of this category. Seeking is your innermost coarse pain. By understanding it has not yet expressed its full potential, your innermost coarse suffocation, by understanding it needs to expand, your innermost being's decision to expand, decision to be free. Understand? I am defining seeking. Your innermost coarse decision to be free, your innermost coarse decision to be awakened, your innermost coarse decision not to continue with the status quo. Continuing with the status quo, with the fantasy, someday something will happen from heaven or from somewhere, from sky, something will drop and everything in my life will be aligned and proper. Sitting with this stupid, fallible fantasy. Understand? Infallible fantasy is vision. Fallible vision is fantasy. When you take the responsibility for your visualization, it is vision. When you don't take responsibility for your thinking, it is fantasy. Much of your inner happening is the game of fantasy, and unfortunately you make that into religion. Fantasy should be entertained maximum to the level of entertainment, not more than that. Don't make a religion out of it. That's not the stuff out of which you can make religion. Understand? This pillar made of fiberglass can be used as a decoration piece, but you can't make the building stand on it. The fiberglass pillar cannot hold the building. It can only be a decoration piece. If you try to make the building stand on it, you are in danger. You are wrong. It is so unfortunate. We go on cherishing fantasy. Listen. Cherishing fantasy and we also have one more fantasy to support our fantasy. Someday, from somewhere, something will fall and everything will become all right. That's what I call status quo living. Yesterday, I gave 3 technical terms: agitational gratification, delayed gratification, light theologians. These are the 3 important keywords you need to remember. Today, listen. Listen very clearly. The status quo living. Just go on postponing with the fantasy someday something will collapse, something will fall, and everything will become all right. See, the worst thing of living the status quo, after some time you even forget you can take decisions. Now I have seen people, I have really seen people, for whole life, they are activists, means they get into the stage and give big lectures on cleaning the country, they even join the army which cleanses, which cleans the streets and schools, colleges. Finally, after some time, they learn only the art of mobilizing the huge gathering, huge volunteers, and doing something, doing a show. Slowly, they forget they themselves can do something. And I have seen this kind of people. The street in which they go for everyday morning walk is full of trash and dirt. Hardly it may take 10 minutes for them to clean that area, but they won't, because they forget they can do something. They always think they can only mobilize crowd, and that crowd only can do something. They can mobilize the mob, only that mob can do something. They forget they can do something. Understand, this example is very important. If you look into your life, many times you walk 3 kilometers to go and give lecture about cleanliness, but the house where you are staying or the street where you are walking, if you just bend and spend 10 minutes, that will become clean. You forget that it is possible, and you don't even keep that in your cognition. That is not there as part of you. Always the status quo life will be stinking life, where a simple reality which can be seen even by a child will be forgotten by you. Understand? In status quo life, you read, see, understand more from your brain than from the reality. Most of the time, the spelling mistakes you make while you read a newspaper or magazine or your iPod will be very funny, because you don't read from there, you read from here. You'll suddenly realize, oh God, second time, third time when you read, oh, this is what is there, but I thought this is what there. Even while you are seeing, you don't see here, you see from here. You don't see from here, you see from here. You don't read from here, you read from here. In the status quo life, you are almost caught in the cobweb of thinking, which is a very suffocating karma pattern, mental pattern, which does not let you relate with the reality. Seeking is the decision to melt you and reinvent you. Melt you and mold you as you want. I tell you, greatest blessing in the life is not even God's grace, but seeking for God's grace. I really tell you, it is not even enlightenment, seeking the enlightenment. Seeking, actually seeking is the time you can enjoy the glory of enlightenment, because after you become enlightened, you are that. What is there separately to enjoy? Seeking is the real honeymoon. Seeking is the real time and space where you can reinvent yourself, where you can melt, go on melting, 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 melting. An ordinary human being, from the birth to death, he goes on freezing, 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 freezing himself. His life is just a hormonal hijack from birth to death. He is just hijacked by his hormones, and by the time he wakes up, he is already landed in death. In the birth, he takes off. In few minutes, hormones put the knife on your throat and says, fly the plane as I say, where I want. And you are hijacked. When the hormones say, come on, land here, when you land, the land is death. It is just hormones hijacking you. So-called normal life is hormonal hijack. Rarely, when you fall in love with something or some person, you develop the ability to reinvent yourself, reorganize yourself, awaken yourself, and look into something fresh. But it is only during the seeking, when you fall in love with the highest possibility. I can say when you raise in love, not fall in love. Raise in love with the highest possibility. Only when the seeking starts, your bio-memory starts reinventing itself. Please understand, if you fall in love with something physical, you will just alter all your physique. You may start going to gym, reduce weight, change your haircut, change your hairstyle, change your dress, change your skin color. This whole India is suffering with this fair complexion. The unfair obsession with a fair complexion. No, really. Biggest psychiatric disorder India suffers is the unfair obsession with a fair complexion. Largest fairness cream market in the world. Do you know that? Still these stupid fellows are associating white and beauty. This is the only country where fairness and beauty is associated and English and intelligence is associated. You tell anything in few English words, people think you are intelligent. No, really. In India, get down anywhere and just say, I am suffering from fever, so whatever you read in the school, the leave letter, or the first essay you memorized in your school, you repeat that, people will tell, oh, some big babu has come to our place. The language and intelligence is associated. The fairness and beauty is associated. Unfair obsession this country having with the fairness. Funny. When you fall in love with something physical, you decide to change your physical appearance, your hairstyle. If you are from lower middle class, you change your hairstyle and dress. If you are from middle class, you change your hairstyle, dress and skin color. If you are from upper class, you change even the shape of your body through some surgery. When you fall in love with physical, you adjust, alter your physique. When you fall in love with something super conscious, you get the ability to change your very consciousness. Falling in love with the super consciousness and awakening your ability to reinvent, reorganize your very biomemory, your very core consciousness is what I call seeking. In whichever you feel connected, you try to adjust yourself to that. When you fall in love with something physical, you try to alter your physical appearance. Whether you buy or grab or steal or hook or crook, you get the ability to change. When you are in love with something physical, you change your physical appearance. When you fall in love with something super conscious, you awaken your biomemory, intelligence. You awaken your biomemory and intelligence to alter your very core consciousness, your very biomemory, your very being. The ability to reinvent your very biomemory, reorganize your very biomemory, reorganize, reinvent, rediscover your very biomemory is what I call seeking. When you start seeking the higher possibilities, your body gets rearranged, your mind gets reorganized, your intellect gets reinvented, your biomemory gets rejuvenated, your consciousness gets recognized. Recognizing. When you recognize yourself, naturally you will be recognized. When you recognize yourself, world will also recognize you, that is recognizing you. I tell you, seeking the higher possibilities, physical or mental or conscious, seeking the higher possibilities, seeking the highest possibility is the key truth, the sacred secret. This 15th verse of Isavasya Upanishad is trying to express. I'll read the 15th verse translation once more and then expand. Listen. The truthful, effulgent, eternal being is the ultimate sustainer, nourisher and protector of all that exists. You are the embodiment of the imperishable truth and reality. Your divine face of truth is concealed by the blinding, dazzling, upturned pot, which has golden orb of effulgence. This radiant golden pot conceals your glorious face of truth from my view. O Pushan, O Sun, O complete one, do reveal yourself by removing that glaring veil, for I, on the path of truth, am eager to have your divine vision. Human being, when he started seeking, first thing he did, started looking up in the sky. He understood he has a possibility which is beyond his imagination. He understood he has to look up. He understood he needs to reach high. The first thing he did is look up. When he looked up, expecting to see the divine, all he saw was the sun, and he knows sun may be symbol, but beyond him is the truth. Understand? Hindus are natural worshippers, not just nature worshippers. Understand? We worshipped nature not with the limited understandings which other indigenous religions have about nature, the tribal religions have about nature. No. That is why I insist we are not just nature worshippers. We worshipped nature, but not just the nature. The force which is veiled by the nature, which is beyond the nature. You can see very clearly this Upanishadic verse saying, please, O Sun, O Bhushan, O complete one, do reveal yourself by removing that glaring veil. See, the sun which you can see with your physical eyes is a glaring veil. We always know only the veil which is dark and which covers, which dulls. But Upanishad rishis are so clear, even if it is glaring, they know it is a veil. The Upanishadic rishis say, please remove this glaring veil. On the path of truth, I am eager to see, have your divine vision. Maybe this is the voice of the first seeker on the planet Earth. This is the emotion described by the first seeker on the planet Earth. Or this is the path traveled by the first seeker on the planet Earth. The first apex body of Hinduism, Ananda Akada, follows Isavasya Upanishad and worships sun as their guru. It's based on this verse. This is the oldest Upanishad. Ananda Akada is the oldest Pita, the spiritual seat. This is the oldest expression. This is the oldest expression. The truthful, effulgent, eternal being is the ultimate sustainer, nourisher, and protector of all that exists. You are the embodiment of imperishable truth and reality. Your divine face of truth is concealed by the blinding, dazzling, upturned part. Hiranmayena patrena. Satyasya abhihitam mukham tattvam bhushannabavrunu satya dharmaya drishtaye. Seeking. How much ever I pour the words and decorate, seeking can never be beautified by any of the words I utter. It can never be glorified by any of the words I am trying to express. Only when you taste it, you know the power of it. When you taste it, you know the power of it. I tell you, I'll give you some example. When you are a teenager, when your mom asks to buy vegetables or milk or some groceries from the shop, you won't walk even up to the corner of your street. But when you fall in love, especially that puppy love, to have a glimpse of your girlfriend, you will be ready to walk 5 kilometers. To have a glimpse of your boyfriend, you will be ready to walk 5 kilometers. When your mom says just buy the vegetables, milk or grocery, you can't walk 5 house, the street corner. But when you fall in love, 5 kilometer distance looks nothing. Understand, when you fall in love, the capacity to reinvent yourself is awakened in you. Same way, when you fall in seeking, the capacity to reinvent your very core consciousness gets awakened in you. If your teacher says, hey, wake up in the early morning, at least 7 o'clock and start studying for examination, you won't do. But when you fall into seeking, early morning 3 o'clock you will be up and alive, reading Upanishads, doing yoga, meditating. I tell you, what puppy love can do to you, seeking can do the same thing to your consciousness, not just to your body mind. In puppy love, the energy you radiate in your body mind, you will radiate tons of it in your very core consciousness in seeking. When the seeking was awakened in you, even you will be surprised. When the seeking gets awakened in you, even you will be surprised about you. I tell you, when the seeking was awakened in me, even I was surprised about my capacities, about what I am doing. Your very understanding about you will become different when the seeking is awakened in you. You become so serene, so graceful, so alive, so light, ready to take off. You are no more a hard stone. You just become one with the thin air, ready to go higher, higher, higher and higher. Seeking makes you light and light. L-I-T-E, light, L-I-G-H-T, light. Actually, when I am going to work with you on your bioenergy in Nithyanandoham 1008, the first thing I am going to do is awaken your seeking. If you have to make a pot out of clay, first thing you have to do, pour water and make it soft. Only then it will stand as you want. Then you can bake it. To make the shape stable. So the first thing, the water I need to pour into you is seeking. Then making the pot is the whole process. Baking is energization. First step in the whole Nithyanandoham process is pouring my seeking into you. Awakening the seeking into you. Just to experience seeking, come to Nithyananda. Just to experience seeking. What happens next? Everything is bonus. If you taste seeking, that's enough. You got it. You got it. You really got it. In seeking, you just see, and you can do anything available, possible for human beings. It is like you can take out your kidney and wash it and put it back, take out the intestine and clean it and put it back, take out the heart and pump little energy into it and put it back. If you can do that, how easy it will be for you to maintain your health. Exactly, you get that capacity. Relating to your consciousness in seeking. You just know which part need to be corrected, completed, cleansed, altered, and awaken it. Seeking awakens that potential in you. Not just cleansing your liver or kidney or intestine, but the source energy of your liver, kidney, intestine. Seeking just intoxicates you with the ultimate truth. Then nothing else is needed. When you are intoxicated with the ultimate truth, nothing else is needed. Life in its fullest form is experienced. The moment seeking starts, you wake up to cosmos. How every day morning you wake up to this world. Same way when the seeking starts, you wake up to the cosmos, the higher energies. I don't know what else to add. Go on adding. It is the spirit of seeking. Keeps the highest possibilities available to human beings. The spirit of seeking is much more than enlightenment itself. It's much more than anything which can be said and which can't be said. Only word I can add, Nithyanandoham chalo. To experience seeking. Nithyanandoham chalo. I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Advaita, the eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Nithyananda Dhyana Peetam, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999.
dreams, all my desires, I offer to you, Swami Nithyananda. All my frustrations, all my successes, I offer to you, Swami Nithyananda. All the fears, all the worries, all the pain, I surrender to you. All of my low moods and all my high moods, I offer to you, Swami Nithyananda. Puragaram, Karunavataram, Samsara Saram, Bhujagendraharam, Sada Vasantam, Hridayarvinde, Bhavam Bhavani, Sahitam Namami.
रक्षे